Hi guys, so today I'm going to be reviewing the Hot Designs nail art pens. I bought these on Amazon for around £4 and decided to do a first impressions / review kind of thing for you. So I'm going to open it up now and have a look with you at what you get in the box. So in the box you get 6 colours and you get a little booklet, and inside the booklet it tells you about the different bits of the pen. So it's got a nail polish top for just generally doing nails, and then it's got a base that it stands on, and it's got a metal pen at the top, and I presume that's for the more intricate designs that you need to do. And it's also got a little guide with different kinds of nail art that you can do with the pens. So I think we'll have a go at one of those and see how it turns out. You've got all these different designs, you even got a winter one, although you won't need that for a while now. But the ladybug one might be quite nice for spring or summer. So we'll have a go at one of those designs. Now I just want to have a little further look at the pens with you. So I'm just going to open these up and take these out. I think they're in sets of 2. Yep, they're in sets of 2, so the 2 colours come in one pen. So if you pull this off one side, careful not to squeeze it too much, you get the metal nib, and that'll be for really precise drawing and designs. And then if you spin this bit off, you get the actual nail polish, so you can use that just for painting your nails or for doing bigger bits of design if you need to do that. And then you just have the same on the other side. So on the other side again we just have the nib, and if we unscrew that we have the other nail polish. I would say I'm a bit worried about opening these. With the metal nibs it's quite hard to get the lids off, and you've got to try not to squeeze that, because obviously if you do that all of the nail polish will end up coming out. But yeah, as you see, so we've got this very nice pinky colour, this quite bright pink, and we also have a yellow. And then we have sort of peachy, kind of peachy. It's coming off a lot brighter and a lot more neon than it is on the camera, but hopefully you'll see that soon. And then we've got silver as well. And then finally we have a blue that's very shimmery, and it's got a sort of purple tinge to it. I don't know whether you'll be able to see it, but hopefully you will if you use it on a design in the future. And then a really neon yellow, and it's actually quite useful yellow for nail art, but a lot of people don't seem to think of it. So we've got quite a wide range of colours here, so that'll be good for sort of doing any nail art. So I'd say you're quite equipped with those colours to do a variety of things. And like I said, we'll have a look through the book and choose a design that we want to do. So I'd quite like to try hearts on one of my nails. And then I think maybe we could just try the French tip or the two-tone and see how easily you can create them with the pens, because you can create those with tape, striping tape or stencils. So we're going to have a look and see if it's any different with the pen. So we're going to see how well these two will match up with using either striping tape or stencils like you'd normally do. Okay, so I think we're going to start off with the hearts. So as I said, we're going to use the pink pen for the hearts. So take the lid off that, and there's the tip that we're going to be using for the hearts. Now if you look in the book, it says the instructions for the hearts. So it's telling us to paint our nail with a base coat and then allow it to dry. I've already done this. I've been wearing this nail polish for a few days now, so that'll be fine. And then the next step, it wants us to drag the pen without squeezing it to connect the 2 dots at the top with the dots on the bottom. And then it seems as simple as that, and then you add as many as you want. So we're going to have a go at that now. So I have my pink pen here. So it just wants me to drag polish from the top 2 dots. So it wants me to connect the dots, so I'm just going to do that now. Let me just zoom in a bit. So I'm going to do 2 dots on here. So I've just tried squeezing it and the polish isn't coming out with the nib yet. So I've had a look on here and there's these cleaning pins, and I think if we take one of these and poke a hole in the top of the metal tip. Okay, so I've got one of the pins out, so now I'm just going to put this in the end of the pen. Okay, and there we go, that's now gone into the pen. Okay, so it stops you about there, so I think that's where we should leave it, and then if we pull that out. Okay, now if we try and just draw a little bit first to see if there's going to be any air bubbles or anything that we need to get out. And it doesn't appear to be coming out. Still not coming out. So I just tried again with the pen, I just hadn't pushed it in far enough. You may need to make sure that it's pushed in so that this bit is at the very edge and you'll hear sort of a click. So that's started coming out now, so we can try and start drawing our pattern. So it seems like when this when this tip is out, it's completely free flowing. I'm not squeezing it or anything, and there's a little bit coming out. So you can draw your lines without having to squeeze. You just do them quite slowly. So that's really good, so you won't get any air bubbles in it or any pressure from trying to squeeze it out. Okay, so I think we're going to start. So I'm just going to put my nail down and I'm just going to wipe off the pen from any that had formed before. Okay, so it wants us to put 2 dots at the top of our nail and then do 1 dot in the middle connecting them. So just try that here. So we'll do 1 dot here, then we'll do 1 dot here. There's a little bit of an air bubble coming out of that one, so I'll probably go over it again. And then it wants us to have a dot at the bottom. Now we'll probably neaten these up as we go. I think it just sort of wants the basis, and then you can neaten them up as you see fit. So I've got to say, it is coming out quite slowly, so it is quite a tedious thing to wait for it to happen. I am very tempted to squeeze it, but I think that'll probably cause some air bubbles, so I'll try not to do that. But it does seem to have stopped. I'm just giving it a gentle squeeze and it's now coming out again, so maybe if you do that when you're using these. I'm just going to fix them together with that. And then along the other side as well. And then fill in the middle bit between them. So it is looking slightly like a heart. We'll just have to fill in around here. So try and do this bit. The only problem with this is it is setting a bit before I can go back over it. So if you've made lines, it is quite hard to then go back and correct them, because it's all sort of set. If you just drag it along like this and do it in sort of a dotting motion, that seems to work a bit better than dragging. It does look a little bit lumpy at the minute, but I'm sure with top coat we can smooth that all out. I'm quite liking the look of this so far. It's quite easy to use. It gives you a lot of control with the precision tip. And that's always something that you want when you're doing nail art. Okay, so I'm just going to go in and fill in any tiny little bumps. Bit of hair. So just going around that heart and filling in any little bumps. Now I'd just like to show you, as I have been going back over this, the nib has clogged up a tiny bit and it's become a bit more difficult to get the polish out, so I think I'm going to have to use the cleaning pin. So I'm just going to again just stick this pin in the end to try and get the polish flowing again. I feel like this is a process that you might have to do a few times throughout your design, and then just clean off the nib from any nail polish that's still stuck on it. And there we go, we got a nice clean pin again. So it has turned out quite nice. The only thing I'd say is that it can be a little bit lumpy. I don't know if this is just because I'm not used to using them. I'm sure when you get quicker with your designs and when the strokes that you use with the pen are a lot more efficient, it won't be as lumpy, it'll probably become a lot smoother. But that's my first attempt using these. They are quite easy to use. You've got to have a steady hand to do the straight lines and things. But I think I'm going to move on to this finger and try a French tip, so we'll see how well the pens deal with curves. So I think for the French tip I'm going to be using this silver. Obviously I've not got a white in the packet, so I'm going to try this. I think I'll do a French tip with the brush to just show you how well that can be used. So we'll just unscrew this, and then we get the brush on the lid part. Try to get off any excess polish on there. Okay, so we're going to do it on this finger. So this is going to be without a stencil, just to see how well the brush strokes across. So this seems like quite an easy brush to use. It is applying the polish very smoothly. And it is really easy to control, it's quite a small brush. To be honest, I think I filed my nail a bit wonky, so it doesn't look completely straight from my angle. But I would say that this is actually a really nice polish for doing curves on the nail and things. And I think it just leaves a really nice finish. The silver is very pigmented. I'm sure that'll come in handy when you're using the pen as well. But yeah, I think I'm going to do the French tip on the rest of the fingers. Maybe try and clean out the lumpiness of the heart on this finger. And then I think that'll be my manicure, so I'll post a picture of it when I'm done. At the end, I do really like these pens. They are quite good to use for the designs. I would just say the one drawback is that you have to be quite quick with it, because as you can see it'll start setting and go a bit lumpy if you haven't done completely smooth brush strokes. But I'm sure the more you practice with the pen, the smoother that'll get for you. And I've got no complaints about the actual nail polish brush itself. It goes on really easily. I think I just have to clean up that tiny bit, but I can do that. I think this looks really nice with the French tip and the heart, so I think if I had to give these pens a rating out of 10, I think I'd go with about a 7, because they can achieve good nail art if you're not used to doing it. It just gives you a lot of precision with the tip, but I would say that the tip can be quite hard to use at times because you have to keep cleaning it out, and obviously it does go a bit lumpy with some of the designs. So I'd say, yeah, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10, maybe an 8, because they were only £4 for 6 colours, and I'll definitely be using the nail polishes again. Oh, my light just died. I'll definitely be using the nail polishes again, if not the tips. So yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe and leave a like below. Right, thank you, bye.